Warning, cheaters may contain adult themes and strong language. Parents are cautioned that this program may not be suitable for children. Coming up on this episode of Cheaters.
How could she do that to her family and me? That's it, right there to my left. How could you do this to our family? You son of a, you better get right with God.
You have no room to talk to me about any of this.
From Cheaters surveillance cameras, you are about to view actual true stories filmed live, documenting the pain of a spouse or lover caused by infidelity. This program is both dedicated to the faithful and presented to the false-hearted to encourage their renewal of temperance and virtue.
Just like you're just trying to keep a big secret from me.
I just can't go on anymore. I need to know the truth.
I don't like being the one that has to show you this.
Oh, Jesus.
I asked her about his, and she said nothing was going on. Do you want to confront him?
Oh, yeah. Take me there.
Yeah, I got him. Hey, go. Go.
Get up,
Whoa.
This is like not how this is supposed to work.
Just go. Go with him.
I love you. I'm so sorry.
Real reality television is brought to you by Cheaters Detective Agency's Private Eyes on Cheaters.
Welcome, I'm Joey Greco. Thank you for watching this installment of Cheaters. Meet Todd Thomason, a loyal family man disturbed by his wife's distant demeanor. Filled with anticipation, Todd engages cheaters to uncover the cause of her unusual behavior.
Todd Thomason, age 36. A police lieutenant concerned that his wife may be seeing another man while he is protecting and serving the community.
And I met when she became an assistant manager at the apartment complex that I worked at. That was over 10 years ago. After we met, she was leaving her first husband. She said he was abusive. She moved up in her work several months ago. And after that, she seemed to separate herself a little more from me. They have a Christmas party every year. I've gone to every one of them. This year, she told me I wasn't going. So I stayed home and kept the kids, and she went to the party and spent the night in a hotel room. She asked me to leave for a little while, that she was just having a breakdown or was hostile towards me and wanted me to leave. So I left, and while I was gone and took my son to see my parents for about a week, she had her boss at my house. And she told me that he came by because he was concerned because of where she's working now, and she thinks she is a step higher, a higher class now, that she's willing to throw away our entire family and everything I've built for the last 9 years for her for a sin of the flesh. That's what it amounts to. And how she could do this, if it's true, to me and to herself and to our 2 children, I will never understand for my entire life.
If you suspect infidelity in your relationship, Cheaters licensed investigators may be able to provide you assistance. Exercise your right to be informed. Identity of suspect withheld, age 38. An auto dealership secretary suspected of going on a late-night test drive with another man. Investigation day 1. Cheaters gets right down to business and sniffs out the suspect at her place of employment. After talking on her cell phone for a short time, she crosses the street to the garage where her car is parked. Within moments, Cheaters observes her Mustang exiting the garage. After driving a short distance, the suspect comes to rest in the parking lot of a local restaurant and bar. Once seated, the suspect continues to look around as if she's waiting for something or someone. Lo and behold, a large, handsome gentleman comes to the table and makes himself at home. The unknown male companion apparently knows Todd's wife quite well. The two make colorful conversation with each other. After filling their tummies with cuisine and cocktails, the couple retreats back to the suspect's vehicle, where things start to heat up. The unknown male takes it upon himself to give her a proper farewell by forcibly leaning into the car for a kiss. Eventually, the two get their fill of lunchtime lust, and the suspect leaves the scene. Investigation day 4. She dashes across the street toward the garage where her car is parked. Inspectors take note of the sexy garment she wears and wonder if she's headed out for a night on the town. After driving for several miles, the suspect begins to search for a parking spot in the popular and chic district of the West Village. After doing so, she is approached by the same fellow with whom she had lunch days earlier. It has since been discovered that this mystery man is actually her boss. He wastes no time in revealing his true feelings for her and leans into the car to illustrate his munificence. Cheater's agents depart the scene after the mischievous duo go their separate ways. Investigation day 5. Around noon, Cheater spots her crossing the street and heading in the direction of her vehicle. The suspect drives to a popular restaurant, and detectives take note of a familiar vehicle. After an hour or so, the doting duo emerge from the restaurant, and it's obvious that they are fairly pleased to be together. The boss man assertively grabs her hand and plants the wet one on her wrist. The suspect smiles with approval and proceeds back to her automobile. Cheaters decides to stay at the scene to wait for her to get off work. The woman is tracked to a nearby supermarket where she gets out and walks over to her boss's Mercedes. It doesn't take long for the couple to pick up where they left off. The two commence with their kissing and seem undeterred in doing so in public and in broad daylight. On the phone, Todd's loyalty and trust is once again shot down.
Hey.
Hey.
You going shopping this evening?
Yeah.
Well, I hadn't done any shopping for you yet. Tell me what you want for Christmas.
I don't want anything for Christmas.
Want a Christmas present at all? Okay. I am going to have to work late tonight. I should get out of here 8:30. Maybe a little earlier.
That's fine.
All righty. Have fun and get some good stuff for her. And we'll see you later on in the evening.
Okay.
All righty.
Bye.
After the smiling suspect gets out of her car, Cheaters knows that the moment of truth has arrived and moves to inform Todd of her scandalous behavior. After the break, the confrontation.
Now that any doubts of Todd's wife's guilt are discarded, Cheaters moves to advise Todd of her secret life. Overcome with despair, Todd attempts to put an end to the nightmare.
Todd,
Yes.
I appreciate you meeting us out on short notice. This is a day before your anniversary.
Yes.
2 days from Christmas, but you came to us with some concerns about your marriage and what was going on with your relationship.
Yes.
Our investigators have come up with some information I thought it was very important for you to see as quickly as possible, which is why we're doing this
All right.
like this. On this day of the investigation, your wife is taking a lunch break, hops in her car and drives down to a local eatery
Yes.
for lunch. And after a little while, she's joined by her boss. They spend some time at lunch. As they get in the car to leave,
God, dog. How could she do that? Her family and me. God dang.
afterwards, she just heads back to work as if nothing happened. On this day of the investigation, after meeting her boss later on in the evening, now where did she tell you she was going to be?
Christmas shopping for my children. I've seen enough.
Now, Todd, they're in the parking garage.
Jesus.
This would be for you to confront
Yes.
your wife and get some closure.
How could she do this to me? I've given her everything. Call this guy once this goes and tell him how to get in here, that number. He's going to serve her with a damn divorce. That's it, right there. Right there to my left.
Turn your headlamp on.
What in the is this? How could you do this to our family?
You did
think I'm doing? And you son of a, you better get right with God.
I'm going to do it right now, Todd.
Get out of my face, you family-wrecking son of a...
Right now.
What are you talking?
What do you think I'm doing? Why don't you get out and find out?
I'll tell you what I'm talking about.
When you're supposed to be Christmas shopping for my kids and your kids, how could you do this? They've been filming you for 2 weeks.
You want to give us your side of the story?
You want to drag this out?
What do you want to talk
drag
about?
out the alcohol? You want to drag
What?
that out?
That has nothing to do with cheating on somebody. You God!
Oh, okay. Okay, it doesn't. You're right. I'm sorry. I was confused.
I have no comment. Gentlemen, I have no comment, okay? And I would, appreciate y'all just let me get back to, I have no comment.
Do you know he's married and his wife had surgery last week?
You have no room to talk to me about any of this.
He is married too. How could you do this to 2 families? How could you do it to me? Do your kids mean nothing to you?
You guys, this is private property. You guys cannot be in here. This is a private facility, okay? This is a private facility.
It's affairs only with bosses.
Coming up next, the conclusion.
You guys cannot be in here. This is a private facility, okay? This is a private facility.
It's affairs only with bosses.
So that doesn't explain anything.
I'm not explaining anything to you.
Well,
All
here's an
right? You need to
opportunity
get
for
them out.
to hear your side of the story.
You can't do this.
Well, we're trying to get some closure.
We have no closure. He and I have some serious issues that I told him about and confronted him about multiple times, and he's refused to go get help, okay?
And this is the best solution
You are here to do what? You're going to come and live in my home and you're going to fix all my problems and take care of my stuff? Really?
We're trying to get to the truth.
Let me know when you get it worked out for me so I can step back in and go, okay, everything's wonderful.
Operating in truth is a good start, but do you think seeing another man, is that true? We know it's happening.
Let me talk to you.
Where's my son?
My son is taken care
Where's
of.
my son?
He is taken care of.
Where is my son?
If you want to talk for a minute, then I'll tell
I'm
you.
not talking as long as these people are
I
standing
can't
here.
make them leave.
Make them leave.
I don't own them.
How did they get here?
How could you do this?
Here, Todd.
Because you were cheating on whatever. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Someone's on their way, and they'll be able to clear it all up for you.
Happy anniversary to me.
I got some legal papers out of the family court, Rockwall family court. I got a citation for divorce, I got a restraining order, I got a notice to appear. So anyway.
Get out. Get out.
You move, lady, let me get out here.
All right. Yes, thank you. She didn't even care. She didn't even care. Nobody's perfect but Jesus.
Were there things that she expressed to you that she'd want to change?
She got on me for coming home and having a few beers, which I have done since we've been married. And that started 2 or 3 months ago, about the time she started working for this guy. It wasn't anything but an excuse for her to dump me and to go with a higher class. A working class guy ain't good enough, I think.
You know what? Forget about class.
Those people is fake. Money doesn't give you happiness. I can't believe this.
Okay, what are you going to do now, Todd?
I'm gonna go get my son. Yeah, I'm gonna pray. And I have not been a perfect person. But I've never raised my voice to her. I've given her everything she wanted. My God, she was my foundation for everything.
After the tragic confrontation, Todd struggles to stabilize his fragile state of mind. In just a few moments, Cheaters fills you in on his present well-being. But first, Cheaters talks with Charlene Massey and Zach Lytle about their heated confrontation and the positive influence it ultimately had on their relationship.
Charlene Massey and Zachariah Lytle. Cheaters revisits Charlene and Zach at their home several months after their confrontation.
Initially, it was probably the most god-awful experience I ever experienced in my entire life. What was taking place, I was a little overwhelmed and definitely surprised due to the wonderful sneakage of the private investigator who completely caught me off guard in 15, 20 different occasions. So I guess surprised, extremely shocked, I guess would be a better word.
Honey, come here, honey. Why don't you explain to me what's been going on? I'm gonna give you a chance to come clean with me.
Been out to dinner?
What about Wednesday night, honey? Don't tell me that, because I already have proof. I have it on tape.
I had quite a bit of females involved in my life, be it, you know, sexual bonds or emotional bonds or social bonds.
I didn't know that hanging out with the other
You're not just hanging out, you're keeping it from me, going behind my back and with other girls.
I am not.
Calling or going out on dates.
I didn't say that's necessarily right.
You know, my ways as far as I was concerned. Realizing that I had a child and realizing that, you know, once he came into the world, you know, all the partying didn't necessarily have to stop, but maybe it was time to step it up a notch and pay a little bit more attention to my family versus the outside life of the family.
I will never, ever speak a word to you ever again. Ever. And I put that on my son.
You've put a lot on your son.
And I put that on my son. And you can take my son away from me because I'm damn sure never going to be around you or him ever again. Ever. And I hope you have a good life, and I hope you take care of my son. I hope this show helps you out. Helps you ruin your family.
I didn't ruin my family.
Okay, well,
You're dishonesty, did.
At the moment, I didn't really know who to be angry at, quite honestly. I was just more, I don't know, I get you guys directly at first, just because, you know, I felt that my life had been infringed upon, but then again, if those mistakes wouldn't have happened, then none of that would have been necessary to begin with. So in the beginning, you guys first, but then after a while, after I evaluated the situation and thought about it, I turned a little bit more of the anger towards myself.
I'm just curious, because I haven't laid a hand on any of you. Do I need to pull out my legal permit gun and pull it on all of y'all to away from my house?
Can you hear him?
That would be a problem. You don't want to do that. Just try to take it easy for a minute, and this will all be over.
You're standing in my apartment. I don't know any of you people.
As soon as she gets her stuff.
She's not coming. She's talking to me right now.
You need to hear that.
Would you ask her to come up?
Would you like me to bring her out here and tell you that?
Yes.
Thank you.
In life, you have those certain instances or those moments that occur that can completely change your life. You know, it definitely, the show itself and the whole ordeal, you know, it made me realize how much she cared about this relationship and how much she had hoped that nothing bad would have came out from it.
With the confrontation complete, Todd now indicates that he'll stick to his guns and follow through with divorce proceedings. He says that his wife's behavior is unforgivable and that he cannot continue the relationship in any capacity. Todd intends to be cordial with regard to their child, but refuses to give an inch when it comes to any talk of reconciliation. He affirms that he wants to settle their differences in court and will fight to the bitter end to regain his wounded self-respect. He confirms that he feels intense sorrow for the wife of the third-party love interest. No one should have to endure the pain and hardship of a cheating spouse, he replied, and said it's too bad that she too has to experience what I'm going through. Todd's soon-to-be ex-wife refused comment on the case. Surprisingly, her boss did talk with Cheaters producers, but only to make inquiry into what he could do to soften the blows of the program during the edit process.